One of the illusions of the human experience is our pursuit of all of these things in this world without God, where we dream or contemplate or even run after a certain thing which we believe will cause us eternal happiness. Sometimes it's a job or status, sometimes it's a family or wife, or sometimes it's even the priesthood or religious life, where we draw up a sketch about it in our mind, and we believe it's going to be the ultimate cause of our joy. And some of these things are even very good things. Then we receive them, and we wonder why we're not ultimately fulfilled, and there remains this hunger or thirst within the soul. Even a sadness may arise. For the cause of all this unfulfillment is a cry from the depths of the human heart which wants God, to listen to his word and share in his life, and that thirst is only satisfied by a sacrificial pursuit of holiness in the church, where we learn to labor and rest in God in this continual fashion through prayer and work, centering our whole life on Jesus in the most holy Mass, where our soul desires and longs to be with God. This is basically the whole lesson of St. Ignatius of Loyola, where he sat in a hospital bed after being hit by a cannonball by God's grace. There he sat in bed and pondered the two paths, one of his desires of worldly things alone, and the other of a holy pursuit of God, following Jesus Christ, which was not even his will at first. It was by God's grace that a book of the lives of the saints was the only thing available to read, and there he contemplated the arduous path of holiness versus the worldly pursuit of these things that everybody says will make you happy. It was there that his soul began to thirst for a holy way of life sparked by the Holy Spirit, and he saw the real beauty of a sanctified life of holiness in opposition to what the world tells you will make you happy. It was the place where he grasped happiness is only in holiness, in this pursuit of God. It is said his eyes were opened, of which most authors explain this statement as a real moment of grace, where one comes to understand how sad people are without God, and who are not pursuing a holy way of not life, either in marriage or religious life or whatever they're doing. The hard work up the mountain of virtue and prayer is the way to holiness and happiness. And one of the beautiful things in this holy pursuit is the reception of God's graces and mercies along the way. In fact, this is one of the greatest joys, where we enter into God and begin to marvel at the divine help we receive, where we seek to ascend to holiness, and God descends on this arduous road to aid his creature with such mercy and grace. This real strength from above, which leaves us in wonder and gratitude, which gives us new vigor to serve God and love God with all of our hearts.